Hey guys, I'm just getting, I think I've got everything set up right. I did it. I'm live on YouTube right now. Whatever was happening with my camera,
Hey guys,
whatever is done now, I guess. There, that'll take care of that echoing. Oh, look at you guys. So sorry about last week, but you know, the bus did not arrive for my poor girl. So anyway, we got out nice and early, and I got a latte for today. Now, I'm using a different instrument that I want to show you guys before we get going too. And you may have noticed that giant thing I left at the in the files, that chord melody, Christmas chord melody songbook. You got it? Oh, awesome. You don't have to print it all off. I'm going to do a little talk through about it, and then you guys can choose which songs you want to print off, which ones you want to work on, and we'll just have a little walkthrough of things. It's a pretty fun book. Okay, let me grab my ukulele. This is not my normal ukulele, no, but it's in the same sort of case. It's so cute. This is because of the okay, see if I can say it. The Ukulele Lending Library launch. On December 14th, downtown. Anyone who's in Kamloops and wants to come down, or out of town and wants to travel to Kamloops for the day too, I guess I should say. Anyone who wants to join me there and do a little strum along is welcome. I'm going to leave this little tag on here. This is built by a local store, Lee's Music. They River Song Guitars is the name of the business. And I'll just show it to you because I said, okay, well, I better borrow one. If you want me to play one, I got to get used to it, right? So you see in the sound hole there, that's a little diffuser disc, and it helps the sound to come out of there a little more maturely, a little nicer sound. You can also see back here, this thing here. This is, so I'm not going to do it because I like how it's set up right now, but you can set up your instrument the way you want. Okay, see the measurement on there? I don't know if it's picked up on there. There. You can, I think, unscrew this a little bit. Let me just pull it out. I'm not quite sure. And you can raise and lower the action of your instrument yourself. So you can set it up whichever way you want. So it's pretty cool, hey? Also, I don't know if you can see this, but oh, look at the little maple leaf fret markers. Aren't they darling? They're so cute. Yeah, so this one has two sound holes too. There's the one right there, and then the one up there. So it's kind of nice because then you can listen to yourself too while you're playing and be all like, whoa, I had no idea I sounded that good. I should have listened to myself years ago with an uncritical ear, like me. So I hope everyone's doing that for themselves too, listening to themselves with an uncritical ear and enjoying their own journey. It's like I take a long time to learn these lessons. What else can I show you? The headstock. What brand of uke is that? Well, I'm glad you asked, Julie. It's a River Song. Yeah, so they make River Song guitars and River Song ukuleles. Now, what's happened is our local library system has acquired, I think, 30 of them, including those adorable little tweed cases. So 15 of them will go into, if I have my facts straight, and I may not, but I believe 15 of them will go into circulation, so you can sign them out, just like a book, and just like the River Song guitars they have too. I think they've got 15 River Song guitars. And I could be wrong, but I think the plan is to keep some ukuleles at either the North Shore or downtown library, and just have them there maybe for, I don't know, sing-alongs, right? Ah, that's so cool. So Jenica can join us because I'm half an hour later. This is exciting, and Mallory didn't have to worry about the bus, and yeah, it was good. Now, can everybody hear me okay? Everything's all good? Yeah, groovy. All right, so yeah, I'm going to show you this this book that I've had kicking around for years on my computer. But before I do that, let's just warm up our fingers a little bit, okay? Because mine are a little icy. I have to get used to playing a slightly smaller instrument. This is the same size that they're dishing out, so that's where it's nice to have that. So I'm just going to do a little bit of the full plant, okay? Just nice and relaxed. I asked them to set up this ukulele with the low 4 string that I prefer, so that when I'm playing it, it's just one I'm comfortable with. But I know the ones that they've got through the library are in the classic, the high G tuning. I'm gonna play around with you guys a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is go put my make my C chord now. Okay, and now we're gonna go up to the 5th fret. Here we go, up to 5. Oh, and one more. Up to 7. Oh, I like that. One more. Let's go up to 8. A little tension there, hey? You probably know that we're going to go to 10 next. I'll turn a little bit so you can... 12. It's kind of a nice way to warm up your picking hand without having to do too much work. Okay, let's change that picking pattern. And oh no, I was playing around with the chord shape yesterday, trying to have like it was an A chord. Okay, so what I did, this is one of the things I like to do when I'm talking with people. I'll just like make up incidental music to go along with the conversation. It's really fun. So I used an A chord, and I can't exactly remember where I started it, but we'll just start it down here. We'll just make like a normal A chord, and I'm going to pick strings 4, 3, and 2 and 1 together, and back to 3. Like that. So it's just going to give a little bit of a different warm up. Okay, and then I'm going to go up just by a couple frets. I'm going to go up to fret 4 and 3. So this is a little bit like that meditation I wrote, and now up 5 and 4. And let's try 7 and 6 now. That's the one I liked. I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's try. Some of these sounds might challenge our ears. I'm gonna do, you like that? Challenge our ears. 9 and 8. Oh no, I like that one. Okay, let's go back down to 7 and 6. Ready? Down we go. Yeah. Okay, 5 and 4. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, and back down to 2 and 1. So the good thing about this is if you're sitting around and you're just trying to get yourself warmed up and you want to play something a little bit different. Those are just the notes from Romance, right? That's all I did. 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12. You could do that way. You're playing that natural minor scale that we've done in the past, right? The Aeolian scale. Just as a reminder, so it's on this stream. That scale, that natural minor scale, if you want to play around with that, is open, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12. Write your own tunes with it. Have fun with it. Come up with your own studies. Really, that's part of what I think about when I'm doing that, is to, play around, see what I like the sound of, and what pleases my ear. And what pleases my ear may not please your ear, and that's okay, because we're different people. And then taking that A chord, I just like the feel of it, Hang on here, something's, there we go. Sometimes you just have a lot of fun with that sound, the color, and I know that that's right out of that meditation that I wrote. It's, well, not quite. I think that one was triplets, right? Anyway, okay, we've warmed up our fingers a little bit, and now what I want to do is get onto that book. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just have a little walk through the book, talk a bit about where I found it, and I don't know what other resources are at that site, but I encourage you to go and check it out. All right, so here we are on the Christmas Ukulele Chord Melody Songbook, and it's primarily traditional tunes in there. And he's done some arrangements are more complex than others, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give you guys a whole book to look at if you haven't looked at it before. So ukeducation.org is right on the book, so you can go to that website yourself and check it out. In the index, and it's a pretty good selection of tunes. Some are simpler than others. And often what I do is just play around with the arrangement, right? And do what works for me, make my own arrangement, whatever. So I thought we'd take a look at a couple of different ones today. Keeping in mind that I told you guys, like, you don't have to print all these off or anything. You can just decide what you like. So I'm going to go to Silent Night. Okay. So what's that one? Page 3, or the third one in there? And any of them that you guys want me to play for you, I'll do my best to play, keeping in mind I haven't played some of these since last year this time. There's God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. That one's set up pretty nice. I'll point out a few different chords that I think of as we go. In the Bleak Midwinter, if you haven't heard that one before, that's beautiful to play. But let's go to one that most people know. And as I scrolled through here earlier, I thought, okay, this will be a good one to start with, because you can see it's a little more simple, more of the classic chord melody arrangement. Okay. And let me just do a thing here. There we go. If you are watching this on the live stream on YouTube, I'm checking for comments, so if you need to make a comment on there, please do, and I will get back to you on that. Okay, so this Silent Night is in the key of C. You know that. The easiest way to think about that right now is because the first chord you play is a C chord. Now I wonder, I should be able to make this a little bit bigger, right? I did it as a page view, but I think that I better, I wonder if I could, whoa, how does that work for you guys? Is that so much better? Okay, awesome. Oh, Mary, you like that? Yeah? Okay, cool. Latte is just kicking in now. Can you feel it? I can feel it happening. All right, so this one, I'll just start playing it, okay? And you'll see that when you are, you know what, before I start playing it, all the stems up for the most part. No, I see there's a change there. Most of the notes on the very top of each chord are going to be the melody or any notes that stand by themselves. So this Silent Night will be a good guide for you as to how to play a lot of the songs in the book. Okay, so I'll play the first couple lines. By all means, play with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. Next bar, 2, 3, bar 3, 2, oh, 3, end of that first line, 2, 3. Okay, now this one. Do you remember how I talked about the G7 where you make the splits? Kind of, sort of. If you're not sure about it, take a look at the top part there. You've got the 5th fret on the first string. And then I put my pointer finger on the 3rd fret on the next string. Ring finger on the 5th fret on string 3. You can end it there if you want. Or if you want to put your middle finger on fret 4, string 4, by all means. But you can also play that one open. Okay, let's try that bar. So making that G7 with the splits. Now next bar is your normal G7. 2, 3, and now to your C on the next bar. 2, 3, and then the 3rd fret hops down to string 2. There. 2, 3. Okay, let me just scroll up a little bit here while we get to know this one. Okay, top of the page there, that's your normal F. Oh, that's handy. 1, 2, 3. The next bar is the F with the C on top, so the fancy F. 2, O, C on the, going to the 2nd string. Now all opens there. 2, 3. Now the next line is going to be the same. Okay, your regular F. 2, 3. Next bar is a fancy F. You're right on. We're on bar 15 now under the C. Strumming just to that 2nd string. Yeah, right on. Oh, 3 now opens. 2. Remember that G7 with the splits we did earlier? And I'll review that shape with you guys too. Okay, and so that's where you can have that 4th fret open. Or sorry, you can play the 4th fret if you want, or have that 4th string open. 2. Oh, a bar up there on the 7th fret. We haven't gone up there for a while, I don't think. Okay, so there's a few different ideas I have for that, but let's carry on. We'll do the bar. 10, 7. Depends on how you want to do this. You can do 8, 7, 9. And then 7, 8, 7, 9. Oh, okay. You just kind of fall down into a bar there. You can also play, if you're like, wah, I can't do that, on bar 19, play your normal C. And then go up and play the 7th fret on that 1st string and your normal C. Okay. I'll walk you through that. Okay, bar 21, normal C again. 3, oh, a little chunk of your G chord. 1, 2, little strum on 4 and 3 there. Okay. So that's just kind of a quick walk through that one. Let me just, I'll stop sharing the screen and I'll talk about that G7 with the splits that I mentioned and the alternative voicing that you can do, or alternative way to play bars 19 and 20. Because we want this to be fun, right? A kind of a way to explore this book and think about different ways that you can play these notes. Okay. So the G7 with the splits, here's your normal G7 that's used in there. And in this one, they also do this shape. 5, 3, 5. Okay, so that might be coming back to you guys, or you can do it like this if you want. The voicing that Spencer's doing in there is he's got this, and then he sticks his middle finger on the 4th string, 4th fret. That's, if you want to do that, you can, or you can do it open. Oh, a little rude with the finger. You can do it like that. That's just 5, 3, 5. Now I'm going to point out exactly where in that song that is so that you can relate to it. So I'll share the screen again so you can see exactly where that is. That's right here, the G7 with the split. So when you look at that G7, if you're reading the music, the top note is a D, or the top number there is a 5. Oops, 5, 3, 5, right, all up here. Okay. So that's that one there. Now I'm going to take a look at bar 19 now. I'll stop sharing the screen again so you can see the other way that you can play that. So the fret numbers that he has listed here are 8, 7, and 9. He did that because of the barring before that. I'll talk about that barring too, but he's got 8, 7, and 9. But let's say your mind is not letting you get there, or your fingers aren't letting you get there fast enough. Play your normal C. Because this note here, fret 8 on string 2, it's the same note. Okay, this is a C, and E, F, G, A, B, C. That's a C2 on that 8th fret. So you can go like this, and then just up to your 7th fret, and play it like that. Because you may, let's face facts. I mean, Christmas Eve is 20 days away. So maybe you don't want to like totally work your fingers to the bone playing these songs, and you want to actually just enjoy them. So I'll just put that out there. Different voicings will add a lovely texture. Sometimes a way to conveniently place your chords, but sometimes you need something familiar. There you go. Okay, so the bar before that, because this is kind of a hard run, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to play this the way it's written, and then I'm going to play it again. So this is just going to be the busy line, bar 17. I'll play it the way it's written, and then I'm going to play it again with some modification ideas, so both of them are recorded, okay? So here's the G7 that he's got. So it's G7 with the splits plus your middle finger. And then he's going up to 8, doing a full bar. 10, 7 on the 2nd string. Oh, sorry, 10, 7. And then keeping his fingers there on the 7th fret is what he's doing. And he's got that middle finger on the 8th fret, okay? Now, here's my cheating way. Okay. Sounds like that should be a song. Your cheating way. All right, G7 with the splits, and that's it. Now let's go up to that 8th fret, okay, because we need that note, but maybe we just don't bar all the way across, give our fingers a break. And what have we got? Well, we'll still do the 10, 7 there. Okay, so what I did there was I just kept the melody gliding around on the 1st string. And that does play just the one time in there, I think. So that said, I'm going to bring up that music again. We can try going through it. This is where, because it's a PDF already done up, you may want to make some notes or watch watch this again and pick up on the different fingering suggestions I have for you. But I'm sharing this book because it's brought a lot of joy to me, right? I just sit around, turn on the fireplace channel because I don't have a fireplace out here, and just play these tunes. All right, so let's try it again, and we'll take our time with it because I just wanted to run you through that a little bit. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, little C. O3, now all those opens, strings 4, 3, 2, right? Now back to that little C. So just strumming to your second string on the third bar there, okay? Here we go. O3, and now strings 4, 3, and 2 open again. So I just strum down to that second string, ignore the first string. Here's that G7 with the splits, so you can decide how you want to do it. I'm just going to play that fourth string open is all I'm going to do. I'm going to strum it. Everyone's got their G7 with the splits, right on. 1, 2, pluck that fifth fret on the first string again. Now go down to your normal G7. 2, 3, here comes that C, normal C. And now put the third fret on the second string. Yeah, right on. Okay, I'll scroll up. Take a look at these Fs again. So there's top of the page there, that's your normal F. You play the whole thing. And then open. Now add that third fret on top of your F, okay, to make that fancy F. And if you say, I can't contort that way, try to get strings 3, 2, and 1. Okay, those guys that I've highlighted there. That'll give you a nice bright sound, okay? It'll sound like this, right? As long as you get those top 3 strings, you're golden. Okay, let's play that bar. Ready, go. 2, O, off to your C chord now. O, 3, all those opens. 2, next line will be the same as the line we just played. Okay, F with the fancy. 2, O to your C, just to that second string. Right on. And the opens. Good. So when I say the opens, that's just that C chord right there. All right, let me scroll up now and we'll get the challenge line. Okay, so I'm going to play it. G7 with the splits with the open is what I'm going to do. And I'll just talk my way through it. Okay, bar 17, here we go. With the splits. Hit the 5. Now I'm going up to 8. I can bar all the way across at 7th fret if I want, but as long as I've got fingers smushed on the 7th fret of strings 2 and 3, I'm good. Okay, so I'm going to hit that however, and I'm going to play my 4th string open. Here we go. Okay, now find your 10-7 on that second string. Oh my gosh, 10-7. I keep hitting 10-8. You can do 8-7-9 where it's written. Okay. Or you can go down to the open C. You choose what makes sense for you. 2, 3. Now you can play the open C with 7th fret instead of 3rd fret, if you choose, and I'll just hold that up to the screen so you can see what I'm doing. Or if you want, you can play that as written, and you'll just have to do a little bar on the 7th fret right here. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, now down to the open C. Here we go. Little chunkier G. 1, 2, and strings 4 and 3 open. How did that feel, like seeing the difference that you could make in that arrangement? Okay. I saw some people stayed up high. Some people went down low. Okay, and that's the glory of it, right? So I looked at the chord name, and I knew the name of that note. And if I was like, okay, well, I hear that, where can I play it? Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong fret. I got to get used to these littler frets. I've matched up those notes to find where I could find it in the open position, is what I did. Okay, so if that makes sense to you, that's awesome, because you can decide how you want to play this. You have control over it, right? Now let's go back up to I wanted to run through a couple of songs. So I'm going to go back up to the table of contents. We're going to take a look, see what else there is. Sorry, make yourself seasick here. Okay, so what have we got here? God rest you, merry gentlemen, in the bleak midwinter. Mm-hmm. I'm looking to see who might have one that they're like, oh, I want to do that one. Let's choose one that's kind of crazy with chord shapes, hey? How about White Christmas? I know that one's got some pretty busy chord shapes. Okay, I'm going to go down there. Just get ready. Oh, just scooting along here, old Christmas tree. Oh, there it is. Oh, good. Looks a little crazy, doesn't it? Okay, let's see what we can do with this one. You guys have got like 20 days to figure out which ones you want to play and the rest of the year to work on the other ones that you didn't, right? So you'll see that there's some chord charts written in as you go. Okay. I'll talk you through it all as we play it, so it's all on the recording. When in doubt, just play the top string or the top two strings. Okay. Some of this will feel a little bit weird for you to make, these shapes, but they can be a lot of fun to play. Lots of color. All right, so I haven't played this arrangement since last year, so I'm basically sight reading it with you guys. You ready? Let's do this thing. Nice and slow though. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're hitting that G chord. 2, 3, 4. Let's see what else happens. Well, that's nice. Down to 1 and 1. To 2 and 2. Ooh, A minor 7. Oh, I like that chord, the way that's written there. Okay, and now and if you say, whoa, that A minor 7's weird, A minor with a C on top will work too. Okay, let's do this D sharp 7 bar chord. So bar across the 3, 3rd fret, and put a middle finger on the 4th fret, string 1. Oh, sorry, I just made all sorts of noises with this ukulele. Oh, that sounds neat. Okay. So we did a D sharp 7 to a D bar chord. Let's scroll down a little bit more. Okay, so remember that C where I was like, oh, you can just play the C 7th fret with the open strings under it for Silent Night? Same thing here. Okay, you can do that there where you have the open 7th fret if you want. Then to 9 and 10. Do you remember that G7 with the splits? That's it again here on frets 12 and 10. Just try to get your hands under that right there. Think about that one there. Make it up on that 12th fret there. 10 and 12. 10, 9, 12. G bar 2. Oh. I'm going to tell you. You want to get by it easily, just do that as an open. That would be okay. Or put a finger there. And I just lay my fingers down often to do that shape. I have baby finger on the D on the 1st string, middle finger on the 3rd fret, string 2, pointer finger on string 3. Let's strum that again. Let's see what happens. The name of the next bar, the next chord in the next bar is G7. And you can see that that's that G7 with the splits again. See how common that thing is? Oh, so pretty. Okay, when you're there, hit the 3 and 5 as the melody notes. Now this is going to sound amazing. We have our G chord, just our normal G chord. Okay, 2, 3, 2. And now you can bar if you want, or have 3 different fingers, or whatever works for you. It's going to be 2, 2, 2, G major 7. And now down to your normal G7. Up to your 7th fret there. First ending, we've got frets 3, 4, 5 like stairs. Okay, that looks a lot like your E minor on the wrong fret and on the wrong string. Okay. Yeah. Oh, look at you. You guys are moving along, I think, faster than I am. I'm taking my time here. C minor 6. So what have we got here? 2, 3, 3. When you look at these, again, like if you're like, whoa, I'm not quite sure what's going on there, play the top note and the bottom note, and that'll get you through it. So right now, I'm at bar 12 of the first ending. Whoops, right there. And now I'm going to, E7 sharp 5. Well, you know what? That's just going to sound amazing. 1, 2, 0, 3. Okay, try that. All that's happening there is we're just adding a little bit of color. Sharp 5 just means that note number 5, sorry, the 5th of the chord is being raised up by 1 fret. Normally that E7 would be 1, 2, 0, 2. We just made it 1, 2, 0, 3. So I'm going to play that bar. A7. This is one of the ways I love to play an A7, because you're taking that tension and bringing it up here, those top 2 strings, and then D7. I know I'm taking just like a slow, like a stroll through here, but I think it's important to do. Now, we've played first ending. We're going to go back up to the beginning, and we're going to play through until it's time to go to that second ending. So we're going to skip first ending, go to second ending. Here we go. Let's try it again. Okay, ready, go on that G. 1, 2, 3, 4. That nice little double stop run. Good. A minor 7 looks all fancy. 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to bar on that 3rd fret. Middle finger down on the 4th. Yeah, good. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't hold that one so long. Let's move on to the D. There we go. Okay, next line. However you want to make that C. If you want to bar it or just play the 7th fret and the rest open. Whatever works for you. 9, 10. That next bar, remember the 12, 10, 12, is that just that G7 with the splits shape, but just up on frets 10 and 12. Ignore your 4th string though if you're going to do that. 10, 9, 12. Whoa, whizzing back down to the lower frets here. Oh, look at you guys working those different voicings. That's so cool. Okay, and now G7 with the splits in that next bar. Optional, add your middle finger to fret 4, string 4 if you want. Single strings here, 3, 5, and now all the color of the G. G major 7, that's, yeah. And now normal G7. Up to 7th fret. Okay, now wait, now we've got to scroll to that second ending. Oh, look at that. 10th fret, but we know it's still a C. You can hit just your 10th fret and all the opens under it if you want. It might sound a little bit harsh though, hey? Let's try it. I think I've gone out of tune too. There we go. You know what? I think for me, for my taste today, I want that 10, 8, 7 there. 2, 3, 4. Now we've got 10, 8, 9. Whoop. And 8. Okay, who can do that? When in doubt, just hit the first couple notes. Okay, even the 10 and 8 sound great. Come back down to your open. 3, oh. Okay, now we've got our normal G. G major 7, so that's the 3 in a row. Yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, 7 5 7 5. You can still play it as a G7 splits thing if you want. Just ignoring the 4th string. But I'm going to play the whole thing. I'm going to bar across there, across my 5th fret. Well, that sounds cool, hey? 2nd fret there. Now we're going to do just a normal D7. And a little chunk of a G chord. So anytime you're working on these, I'm going to tune up this little ukulele. That's part of the thing. I've got to play it and help it stay in tune. Anytime you're working on these songs that might have different chord shapes, find something familiar to anchor yourself to it. Like that whole, oh, okay, life's about to get better. Oh. There. I might like that C on the 10th fret a little bit. Oh, that's better, eh? oh, gone so out of tune. Anytime you're working on new chords, find a familiar shape within that chord to anchor yourself, such as when I said that the 12, 10, 12 deal. Let me find that. Right here. This D7 on the, started up on the 10th fret there, on bar 5, where I'm trying to highlight it right there. There, where I took that 12, 10, 12 and compared it to the G7 with the splits shape. Find that and use that as a way to build on those chords when you feel more confident. You know, that can go a long way towards helping you to sight read songs like this with a bit more comfort, right? Like you don't need it to be crazy, right? You just want it to be kind of a neat exploration of these songs. So I thought what I should maybe do is play it for you guys so you can watch my hands. And mind you, I was watching your guys' hands. You guys are doing a really good job with all those different chord voicings. So cheers to you. You've got that G7 with the splits thing happening all over the place. It's so good. It's awesome. Okay, I have a sip of my latte and then right? Let's all have a sip of whatever we might have with us. So good. And Barb's down south now. Hanging out? Yeah, sorry, Barb, I'm talking about you now. There was more talk of raccoons out in our neighborhood. Well, not quite here, but I've been keeping the cats inside a lot, so I don't think that they want to tangle with the raccoon. All right, here we go. Let's see. You know what? I'll just do it 2 bars at a time. That's what I'll do because that'll make me behave myself. All right, so you guys can see my hands okay? I keep my middle finger anchored on that first string for going around there, right? See how I did that? I love the sound of those 2 chords, right? You have to move fairly quickly, right? From one to the other, but maybe you make a smaller one. It's okay, like play it the way that works for your hands, right? Okay, now as we talk about it, I'm just going to go on to line 2, and I'm going to play all those strings open. I like that open sound. G7 with the splits up there. Ooh, I need something more up there though. That's where if I feel like the 3 is a little too harsh, that's where I want to make sure I add in my 4th string and try to go for that there. It's hard to see what I've done there. It's if it makes me go, woo, then I feel like I better add in that extra string. Hear the glissando? And notice too, I'm strumming straight down, right? To try to keep an equal tone all the way along. Okay, makes a big difference. Where am I there? Oh, now I'm doing this one. The straight down adds a lot, hey, with having that just that really rich tone. All right, so now I'm back up to the top. If you want to play around with that rhythm rather than playing them as quarters, you can, right? You know, a little bit of variation that second time, maybe change it around a little bit if you so desire. Something to think about when you're doing that fast chord change there from here. If you do that and lay down your baby finger, sorry, and then reach back to that bar chord, it'll make it easier for you to have a good good sound happening there on that 5th fret. Just something simple, because you're more likely to have kind of a sound between the two chords. Otherwise, this just helps with a little bit with it. All right, now I'm on the 2nd line there, bar 4, and I'm going to take the full and I've got the full shebang. I love doing those little descending arpeggios. So what I did there, I added that in when I felt like it. So I did G, and then I went 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, sorry. Maybe I'd probably do strum down and then 2, 3, 4 actually. Yeah, that sounds cool. And now 2nd ending. So what I'm trying to do is show you how you can take that song and do a little bit of variation within it without a lot of extra stress, really. Okay, now let me find 10, 8, 7, 9. That one feels a little bit stretchy for my baby fingers, so I think that's why I'm like, ee. I did it though. But that's where I have to place my baby. And when I do that, let me show you how my baby finger tends to tip down on the side opposite to where you think it would be. That's just how my hand is working, right? So I tend to have it turned on the side a little bit there. So don't feel like your hand has to look exactly the same way as mine or another person's, or to be able to make that whole chord shape. You do what makes sense for you, because you know in the end, you can do that if your ukulele's in tune. All right, now I'm on the 2nd chord of that 2nd ending. So I'm just going to sit there, keep my finger on my 10th fret and change it around. And if you're trying to find something, if you're like, oh, I don't know what that looks like. It looks to me like a G chord, but just hop down 1 string, okay? With the baby finger sitting on the 1st string. So I just look for that triangle shape quite often and place that. Okay. Now I'm down open, and it comes back for the G. Or some people do this to make that. I'm looking at the A minor 7, 3 bars before the end where it says 5, 7, 5, 7, and I put these 2 fingers here on the 5s, and then these 2 here on the 7s, and that can be quite comfortable. It depends on the size of your instrument. Like, I don't know if I could do that so easily on my tenor, but in this concert, it fits nice, eh? And that allows me to do this. So I just shift my middle finger down. I lifted up my index finger rather than sliding that down because I'd get a squeaky sound. That's all. I'm going to do that again, make that sound pretty. Yeah, there we go. And, oh, I don't know, should we hit the G or something? There. If you want to end that one, because it's ending with a G chord, if you want to have like a little bing, up top, 10th fret, first string is a G. Or maybe you say, oh, I want to do a harmonic on my 12th fret on my 4th string. That could work too. So that's where, just remember, if you're going to do the natural harmonics, finger just sits on my 12th fret there. There we go. Finger just sits right on top of the 12th fret. Okay. You want to have enough contact with the string that it's not pushing the string down, but that your fingertip is resting comfortably against it. I'll stand up so you can see this. Mm-hmm. Right. Like that. Yeah. 10-20. You could get fancy. Let's see if I can get it on this one. I think I need my own instrument for this. Ignore that harmonic. Erase the live feed. I'll do that again when I have my regular instrument with me that I'm all used to wrangling. I'll get all used to wrangling this one and then I'll have to give it back. Be so sad. All right, so let's see. Sounds jazzy? Yeah. A lot of these Christmas tunes have a lot of those really lush jazz chords in them. Oh, that's a big puppy dog. Or no, wait. Is that that's your puppy dog, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Cat, I suddenly thought you had a giant cat instead of a dog.
It's a giant something.
Yeah, that's awesome. So when we're looking at these together, I know that I just kind of whipped you guys through the table of contents there, but when you looked at the table of contents yourself, did you see a song where you're like, ooh, I have questions about that, or how could I do that, or whatever?
I loved Winter Wonderland.
Ooh.
That quickly or no time?
Oh yeah, we'll make time, absolutely. Just gotta Winter Wonderland. Oh, did I go past it? Oh, I did too. I went too fast. I didn't put on the brakes. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. Ooh, I like those chords too. All right, let's check it out. I'll share the screen and we'll get busy with that one. Okay, welcome to Winter Wonderland. Okay, so we've got a lot. It's in the key of F, so we're going to have a lot of those F chords, F to C. Let's just play through it nice and, relaxed, and we'll see what happens, okay? So I'm going to get myself ready. I'm going to make my my 3rd fret note there because I took a peek to see what was coming. I'm going to use my baby finger for that so I can build my F chord around it, okay? So I'm going to go and then make my fancy F. 3, and then down to the normal F. Baby finger back onto that 3rd fret, or 3rd finger now if you want. 2, 3, and scrolling up, just kind of a little bit at a time. So now we've got our C7. We know from before, if you want to just hit that 7 and have all the other strings open, you can do that, or you can play that full chord. The G minor sits nicely. That's just based on your E minor chord shape. So if you think about playing your open E minor, right? You see how the fingers sit in a row there, 5, 6, 7. You might want to just do 5, 6, 7 and let that 4th string be open because it is a G minor chord. That would probably add a bit. Okay, now we're at another C. Play it open if you want. Open G minor. When I say that open, it's down in the 1st fret area. let me scroll up here. What have we got here? Ooh. There's different voicings you could take for this one too, because it's a C6. If you wanted to play all those strings open, you could. And then go to the C here and play the 3rd fret and play strings 3 and 4 open as an alternative if you wanted to. And then your F. Or play it as written, right? It's pretty comfortable. Okay, so let's go back up. So we did our little ending there. So now we're back here on the F with the baby finger. 2, 3. Normal F. 2, 3. C chord. 1, 2, 3. Oh, oh. Sorry, I gotta scroll. There we go. 3, 4, and here we go with the 7s there. G minor on the 5th fret there. Down to G minor on the 1st fret there. C6 there at the bottom of the screen. C. And I know we're going to have an F chord for the second ending too, but I'm going to scroll so we can look at it. Here we go on the F. Whoa, what have we got here? Oh, Nancy, you got us going with something fancy here. This part, yeah, this is awesome. So we got this little chromatic run here, and then we've got to get to this fancy little A. Okay, let's hit that chromatic run again. So we got 7, 6, 5, 4, 4. And as you make that 4, that's going to be your spot where you're going to want to do a bar, maybe. Okay, and now I'm just shifting my finger over from the 4th string to hit that 6th fret. E7, I'm barring on my 4th fret. As I said before, like if you want to play just a couple of these strings, totally cool. Okay. Here we go, I'm going to go across. 5. Okay, and now 4, 5, 4, 6. So that's barring on your 4th fret or playing all the fingers individually, whatever works for you, hey? 3, 4, now I scroll. It looks trickier than it is if you just focus on the fact that this shape here is like your G chord, just shoved up a few frets. 4, 4, here we go. Now on the 6s there on your 3rd string, see if you can make that E7 bar chord there. And back to your A, whatever shape you want to do for it. Oh! Okay, now up to the 10. You guys with me on that? Let's do it. Oh, sorry. 10, 9, 8, 7, 7. I don't have any rhythm happening there because I'm hanging on to my ukulele and looking to see what's coming ahead. And there we go. Okay, so now we are, sorry, I just want to we're back on our C chord there. Play it as you feel comfortable. 9, 9. The pattern is the same that was below or previously, right? So that's handy. Okay, now we're at our G7. I'm going to scroll up. All right, now we're at our C chord there. Now I'm on bar 16. I'm still making that same thing, right? So you can have the 7 in the opens or bar or not. Now this is a little chunk of a G, so that we've got 10 and those 7. So 10 is on that second string to pick up the melody though. 7, 7. I don't know, how are your brains doing with this? You're like, why, yeah. Okay. Take a look there. 7, 8, 7. Just play that. It's your G chord shape up on your 7th fret. And just play the 7. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to suggest to you guys that you do 7, 8, 7 there. And on the next one, do 7, 6, 7. Okay, because what they're looking for is a C to a C7 shape, and that'll give it to you. 7, 8, 7, 7, 6, 7, and then down to your opening. Yeah, down to the 3. Now what happens, you have to go back to the beginning. See where my arrow is up at the top right there? Del señal el coda. So that's where you go back up, because you're doing the verse again, right? Or they want you to play a bit more of the song, but they don't want you to have to look at 16 pages of it. So you look for the sign. There it is. This weird little percent kind of looking sign at the beginning of the page. Okay. You're going to play that. And then at the end of that next line, that's where it tells you to go to the coda. So let's do it, okay? Because this is the easy part. We can do this. Okay, so F with the baby finger. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, normal F. And then that 3rd fret. 3, 3, now make your C chord. 2, 3 with the opens. And now scroll up a little bit. There we go. Normal C7. Oh, we can do this. 2. I can tell you, I'm just going to play the 7th fret and the open strings. And I'm going to make my E minor shape for that 5, 6, 7. And just a normal C shape to my G minor. I'm going to hit that 3rd fret, and then I'm going to go scroll. Ready? Scrolling, scrolling down to the coda. It'll be easier when you guys are doing that yourself though, right? The coda, the target, right? We'll get in the crosshairs there. Oh, we can do this. Okay, you could play that first bar all opens if you wanted, because it's a C6. That's the tuning of your open strings. Or play it as written. Either way will totally get you there. And then the next bar, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 0, 0, whatever works for you. F chord. We did it, Nancy. That was like a speed run through that thing. What did we do that? 10 minutes? Brah, the hardest one. That was, oh. Sure, we can do that in 10 minutes. Oh boy, sorry you guys, but you were fine. You got it going on. Take what you learned in the other songs, right? Apply that. The idea that with a C chord, you can move around on that first string and have all the other notes ring open, okay? The G chord and the G7 chord, think of them as your handy dandy 3-string movable chord shapes, G, G7. Therefore, when I went up high on Winter Wonderland and I was all like 7, 8, 7, and then I got kind of quiet, you probably heard me go, oh no, what am I going to say about that next chord? And I was like, wait, they just want to see 7. So G and G7 shapes up here equal your C and C7 shape, okay? Survival strategies with your winter tunes. You love the price tag? I know, I'm afraid to take anything off. It's actually not a price tag. I just kind of looked at it there and it just says, it just tells me the sort of strings that are on it actually. I thought it was a price tag. I just don't want to lose anything. Just let it sit there. Doesn't actually have a price tag on it. Guess I better treat it nice. Usually the ones that have no price tags are a little more valuable. All right, you guys, I am going to stop the live stream. But for you folks that join me on YouTube, although I look this way, I was looking at the camera or whatever, you know how I do, I stare at the wrong screen. For you folks that join me on YouTube, if you want to get a copy of this PDF, like I said, it is available off of Spencer Gay's website for free. I wouldn't have shared it if it wasn't for free and just for education, right? But ukeducation.org. So these are all ones that he'd arranged himself, and it may be something that you already have, but use it, play with it, and have fun with it. Or I also have it up on my website on Sunday Ukulele, just at the top of the list of PDFs. And just dig in there. And even if you find a couple in there that you really want to play, then it's a win. Right? It's an absolute win to have that. And then you've got that PDF for Christmases, for however long you want to be playing around with that PDF. That'll be great. And you can always simplify these songs. I hope you guys have as much fun with that book as I have, you know, and then you can just choose your own stuff to do. All right, I'm going to stop that live stream.